Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Breaking Bets podcast. I'm Ryan, joined here with Robert and Joseph. Today we're going to get into Aaron Rodgers, unfortunately, tearing his Achilles, out for the year. Then we're going to get into some weekly headlines. After that, get into some power rankings. Then our picks and spreads. After that, we're going to have some fun and do a TV characters draft. All right, boys. Aaron Rodgers, out for the year.
That's a big hit on the Jets season.
Yeah.
Everyone had them as Super Bowl contenders. I don't see that happening anymore.
It just friggin' kills the Garrett Wilson fantasy hype, dude. I have him in like 2 of my leagues, dude. It just sucks. Like, now I got to deal with friggin' Zach Wilson throwing him the ball, getting barely 100 yards a game.
I don't think it kills the fantasy. I still think Garrett Wilson's going to get fed because they're probably going to be playing from behind unless that defense, stops the offense. But I think Breece Hall is still going to eat.
Oh, Breece Hall and Dalvin are getting a ton of work now.
Do you guys think they're going to look for a new quarterback?
No, I think they should stay with Zach Wilson. You might as well just ride it out. I mean, what other quarterbacks are in the market?
If they like keep contention, like they're keeping games close, not getting blown out, but Zach Wilson's the thing holding them back, I think they absolutely go for a quarterback.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, but when you have like Carson Wentz
And, Jameis Winston as your only kind of...
Yeah.
and I know Tom Brady's been thrown out there, but that's not going to happen.
I like the idea Cabral had. I don't know if he brought it up yet, but trade for Gardner Minshew.
I think Minshew's great. It would be a great pickup for them. I don't think they're going to trade him, though, because Richardson, the running, like his whole game's built around running, a lot of risk for injury.
Yeah.
They probably want to keep Minshew, and Minshew's been open to teaching Richardson a lot. But I also had some other guy that thought about it. I actually don't think Jameis would be that bad. But
I don't
year.
think either, but I think Zach Wilson's just so young that you might as well just ride it out.
Then I think their other options would be Jacoby Brissett, because I think DTR looked really good in preseason. He could be a serviceable backup for Cleveland. And my other guy was just like, name no one's talking about, but Mitch Trubisky. I could picture the Steelers moving him for like 4th, 5th round.
It's kind of a
pick.
similar situation, too. But, I don't know. I don't see Zach Wilson doing that good.
I think with Rodgers on the sideline and just keep helping him, I think Zach could improve over the year.
Even with that throw he threw to Garrett Wilson, it was nowhere near him.
Oh, I know.
Wilson made that play.
That touchdown? Bro, he tipped it towards himself and brought it in.
It was an
dude.
inside throw,
Crazy.
and Garrett Wilson was running a fade. He literally wouldn't have made that catch.
I will say, though, Zach outplayed Josh Allen.
Zach did play.
I think Josh Allen just outplayed himself at that point.
This has been, controversial. A lot of people have the debate between him and Burrow, but me and one of our buddies, Pat, we always talk about, I think Josh Allen might be one of the most overrated players in the NFL. He's nasty, but he has just all the tools, like all the physical tools, but I don't think he has the right quarterback mindset.
You know who else probably outplayed Josh Allen in that game? Aaron Rodgers.
Probably his 4 snaps was better than Josh Allen that whole night. I think Josh Allen's a fantasy quarterback. I think that's it.
No, I couldn't agree more. I just think he's overrated. I think until he learns how to, actually understand the game, get a good understanding of the game, that's when they'll find that playoff success. But I do think their window's already closing, even though he's so young. Everyone else is just getting old on that team.
About what O.J. Simpson said.
Yeah, all-time bad back-to-back days in New York, and OJ just had to come on Twitter and say bad things happen in New York on 9/11.
Dude,
Yeah.
OJ is the most tapped human being ever, and I love it.
It's not something to joke about, but it's just the fact that it came from OJ.
No, that's what makes it
Yeah.
funny.
That's what makes it funny. I mean, it's just like,
As
God.
if he didn't have enough hate already.
You can't get mad at him. People can't cancel him because it's O.J. Simpson. The guy's just
The
a
guy's
lunatic.
already canceled.
At this point, he can say
Bro,
whatever he wants.
I'll never forget that video, when he was getting interviewed after all the murders, and he knocks on the reporter's door and starts doing the knife waving. Bro.
Well, I think it was a year ago where he was on an interview and they were like, "Yeah, do you ever go to L.A.?" And he's like, "No, because I can't stand the thought of the real killer being there."
This is a questionable decision or opinion on mine. OJ didn't commit that murder. The gloves didn't fit. He's covering up for his son.
That's
his
a hot
son did
take.
the murder.
He's like a literal TV character.
No, legit.
Maybe after NFL season, put it in the reminders. We'll do a case study on it.
Oh, we
Oh,
might
yeah.
have to.
No, his
Yo,
son
we-
did the murder. I know it.
O.J. Simpson deep dive.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Okay, book it.
Be ready for that, guys.
Yeah, so let's get into the headlines. I believe we have maybe two. So the first one I want to get into, because let me give you some context. Jay Norvell, the coach of Colorado State, quoted, "I took my hat off and took my glasses off. That's what my mother taught me." Talking about Deion Sanders interviewing with, I think it was ESPN. And just an all-time bonehead move. Why would you... Colorado's not talking about you.
No, I know. And Colorado has taken every game personal, and I think it
Oh,
led to
yeah.
fire in
Yeah,
them.
I was just going to mention Deion just said, now it's personal. So, hammer the minus 24.5 spread for Saturday. They're going to kick their ass.
No, I know, but even the past two games, Shedeur called out one of the
Matt
other
Rule.
opposing coaches. Yeah, Matt Rule. And they took it personal, and I think it lights a fire under them. And I think these college coaches can't keep messing up and lighting this fire under them because
They're just throwing more fuel for the flames.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't think Matt Rule was really saying anything to Shedeur. I think they just had a prayer circle. Maybe Shadeur's just not religious and took it to heart. And you know what? Whatever you want to take personal, he did it.
I view it as the equivalent to friggin' Kyrie stomping on Lucky. You don't do shit on opposing team's logo.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I'll never forgive Kyrie for that.
Yeah.
But another headline is Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce secretly hanging out.
Spicy.
This is going to ruin Travis's career if it's official.
I agree. And I wouldn't expect Kelce to be her type, to be honest.
How long before she drops an album on him?
I'll give it 4 months of dating.
And listen, we're not bashing Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift.
I'm a Swiftie.
So don't Swifties, don't come after us. We're pro Taylor Swift podcasts, okay?
Do you think that's why he was out week 1? He wasn't actually hurt?
He's just chilling with Swifty.
It's possible.
He dislocated his hip from doing
He was getting pegged.
extracurricular activities with Taylor Swift.
It's possible. She's probably taller than him, too. So.
All right. Let's get into our power rankings. So, Cabral.
You want me to start us off?
Yeah, you could start us off. Top 10 teams
Yeah.
in the NFL after week 1.
I'm just going to shoot them out there, and I'm just going to talk a little after on why I have some of these teams where they are. But I think number one, no doubt, is San Francisco. Their offense looked unstoppable. I wasn't expecting Purdy to look that good right out of the gate after missing a lot of time this offseason. But next up, I have Philly. Then at 3, the number 1 seed in the AFC right now, I have as the Miami Dolphins. That offense just looked explosive. And I'm a biased Dolphins fan, so you can't really take me serious on that one. Next 2 are both AFC teams as well, where I have Jacksonville at 4 and Kansas City at 5. I know Kansas City lost, but it's still the Chiefs. Travis Kelce didn't play. And then next up, I got the Cowgirls. Dude, they looked unbelievable this week, but granted it was against Daniel Jones. Next up, I got the Bengals, followed by Buffalo. And I have Buffalo kind of low. A lot of people probably have Buffalo in their top 5. But like I said, I think Josh Allen's a little overrated. I do love the guy, but I just think he's a little overrated. And then closing out my top 10, I have Green Bay and Detroit, 2 AFC North teams. And I have Green Bay ranked...
NFC North teams.
Yeah, NFC North, thank you. But I have Green Bay ranked ahead of Detroit. Their defense, I think, is so much better. And their offense, I think, is almost equivalent to Detroit's.
Who do you got in the hunt? 3 teams, your 11 through 13.
Cleveland is 1. Good defense, good offense. I know they lost to the injury-riddled Rams, but I'm still a Seahawks believer. I think they just got to get going a little bit. And to close it out, that's tough. I got to think. If Aaron Rodgers didn't get hurt, I'd probably have the Jets, but obviously I can't pick them. So I might have to go with the Patriots, honestly. And I'm not a Pats fan. I hate the Pats. I'm a Dolphins fan. But they looked really good against Philly. I think that was a confidence-boosting loss for the Pats.
Definitely. Definitely good outlook. So I'll go with mine. So 1, I have the 49ers. I mean, they just look unstoppable. 2, I still have the Kansas City Chiefs. They didn't have Chris Jones or Travis Kelce. I'm not going to knock them for it. And Mike Tirico is freaking lame for saying that win was an asterisk for the Lions. And whoever the announcer was for the Monday Night Football game, Jets and Bills, said the same thing. enough with the asterisks, all right? A win is a freaking win. No team is going to apologize for winning a game. But anyways, I just wanted to go off on that. 3, I have the Eagles. They did win. It was like a sketchy game, but the Eagles, unless they prove me otherwise after this game, have them at 3. 4, Dolphins look amazing.
Fins
Yeah,
up!
there's just there's no denying they're in the top 5. 5, I have the Cowboys. They look too good to not put them in the top 5. 40-0, a shutout is hard in the NFL.
Before you keep going, Joe probably doesn't even have him in his top 10 if
No,
he has him out of the playoffs.
I have them top 3. It's going off week 1, so.
Yeah, we're going off week 1.
I got you.
So I have the Jaguars at 6. They looked really good. I think that score would have been a way more differential than it should have been because of the fumble return.
Yep.
That was kind of bullshit. 7, I have the Lions. I mean, you beat the Super Bowl champions. That's good enough to crack my top 10. 8, I have the Ravens. They did play the Texans, but I think they will be a good team this year, and they probably looked like one of the better Week 1 teams. 9, I have the Jets. They beat the Bills. You got to give them credit for that. I know they just lost Rodgers, but we're going off Week 1. We can see if they still impress us. They could go down. Maybe they can go up or stay the same.
Hey, I mean, the Jets' defense looked elite. I mean, it's not a bold
The
take.
defense definitely will stay really good this year.
Yep. And then 10, I have the Bengals. I know it's a little biased, but I just think they always start off slow. And I did make a mistake. One of our friends, Music, called us out on that. So I accidentally said Joe Burrow's 5-1 against the Browns. I meant it the other way around. 1-5 against the Browns. Sorry, Music. Won't happen again. But yeah, so then on the cusp, I have the Bills, Packers, Chargers, Browns. Think you can kind of rearrange each of them.
In my honorable mention, swapping out the Pats for the Chargers. Forgot about
You
that's
forgot
what
about the
I was
Chargers.
gonna
I
say,
forgot
you
about
not
the
having
Chargers, bro.
is a little
Yeah, I
bit.
mean the Chargers lost against Miami. I mean they're gonna improve. They're gonna get their wins.
Yeah, it's
but
not like they lost to
Like
some
I said,
bums.
it's week 1. Bills just looked awful. Not in my top 10 till they can prove otherwise. And the Packers looked really good. And the Browns got to give credit where credit's due. They beat a AFC top 3 team to everyone's perspective. But who would have thought? After week 1, we got the Chiefs, Bills, and the Bengals 0-1.
I know.
Who would've thought?
imagine
Who would
putting
have
a little-
thought, but it's honestly not a surprise to me. That's like something that would happen week 1. Week 1's always nuts.
Well, yeah, like week 3 last year, the Chiefs lost to the Colts. Like, it's a joke, dude.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect it. There's
The
always
first
bad.
few weeks of the year, always some crazy
Until a
stuff
team
that
gets
happens.
their momentum, there's going to be some games like that. So, there's no surprise here. My power rankings obviously won 49ers. Absolutely beast
That's a
of a team.
consensus number 1, and I think it's very valid.
they're
I
number
think a
one for
lot of people would agree.
Yeah. And same thing with number 2, Eagles, coming off going to the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts didn't really look too good. Threw only 1 touchdown, fumble, but got to have him at 2. And I know I said Dallas is not making playoffs, but after that week 1 performance, I got him at 3. Dolphins at 4. I know Cabral will like that.
Fins up.
Chiefs at 5. They didn't do anything I liked week 1, so
It's
know.
fair. It's fair to put them at 5.
they'll probably be high in my rankings after this week unless they lose against the Jags. Oh, wait, who are they playing? They're playing the Jags.
They are playing
yeah,
the Jags.
so unless they lose that, they're going down the rankings.
It's fair to put them at 5 because they did lose. Only reason I put them
Yeah.
at 2 is because they didn't have Kelsey or
Chris Jones
Jones.
is huge for them. Like,
exactly, yeah. And the Lions are a good team. If they dropped it to someone like the Colts or the Texans,
yeah,
or
if it was
something
if it was a
that,
bad team, then they'd be in trouble. But
yeah, I'm not worried.
they got to
about
revamp the offense a little bit with some new wide receivers or something. But what am I at 6? Chargers. Surprisingly, Cabral didn't even have them top 10. Shootout with the Dolphins. I think their offense looks elite. The defense. Could
They were
definitely
pretty
be
much
better.
up like all that game too.
Yeah,
so
their defense isn't as good as I thought they would be. Again, they're playing like the insane Miami Dolphins offense, but their defense wasn't that good. Bengals next up. They got absolutely smoked, but I think they bounced back.
were you at 8,
7.
7? Okay,
8 now.
higher than me, and that's my team.
I don't know. I just feel like it was meant for them to lose that game.
100%.
After Burrow signed that contract.
We were idiots for taking that.
Jamar Chase calling them elves. Like it was
Besides
just
you.
it was bound to happen. Next up, I have the Jags. They looked really good and bad. So I don't know. I'll give them the 8 spot. 9, I have the Packers, which is a little surprising.
I don't think it's that surprising. I mean, I had them on like the cusp.
But
I think
like,
I had them at 12.
I get it was the Bears. A lot of people were expecting the Bears to win, including me, but they kind of smoked them.
Yeah, they gave them
It
an ass
wasn't.
beating.
It wasn't as close as I thought it should have been. So I don't know. And then 10, I have Lions. You beat the Chiefs. Like, nothing more should be said. Now in the hunt, I have Cleveland, Bills, and Patriots.
Fair enough.
So yeah, these are probably all going to change by next week.
Oh, absolutely.
Guaranteed.
It's fluid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we jump ahead, too, so as of right now, based off your rankings, based on how Week 1 went, what conference is stronger, the AFC or the NFC?
It's still the AFC.
I think the AFC.
AFC
is
as a
more
whole for sure, but I'd say the NFC of the two or top three top dogs in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean the NFC had a better. I think they had a better record than the AFC this week, but it's week 1.
I just think AFC is so competitive this year. Even without Rodgers in the East, the AFC East, I think it's still going to be a dogfight.
Oh, yeah, 'cause that Jets defense alone could win some games.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. So you guys want to get into our pick'ems and spreads?
Yes, sir.
All right. So this is going to be posted tomorrow, so the game will end by the time this is out. But we're going to start off the Vikings-Eagles.
I have the Vikings plus 6.5, but I think the Eagles win the game. I just think
Any reason why you have the Vikings plus 6.5?
Eagles didn't look too great against the Pats, and granted, the Pats defense is a lot better than the Vikings. But I think Justin Jefferson alone is a game changer. He could just take over a game on offense. And I know he got locked up by Philly last year. But I think Minnesota just keeps the game close. I think their offense is good enough. And we're thinking reverse Kirk this year. So we're hoping for a good primetime
I think
Kirk.
he's going to be good on primetime this year.
He's 12-20 on primetime currently.
Yeah, so I'm going to fade that. I got Eagles winning, and then I have them minus 6.5. I just think they played a good Patriots defense last week, and they still pulled it out somehow.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to believe in – I know we talked about the reverse primetime Kirk Cousins theory, but I'm not going to take that until I see it.
Yeah, I have Eagles minus 6.5. I do think primetime Kirk's going to be a thing this year, but I don't think they get the game. I think Eagles still take it.
And, I mean, the Buccaneers, like, shit on – like, they scored, what, 30
Yeah, the Vikings
points?
did not look good on offense at all, besides Jefferson.
Yeah, well, on defense, too, is what I'm saying. Like, the Bucs dropped 30 on them.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield looked good.
Yeah.
So
So imagine what an Eagles offense is going to do to them.
Yeah, they're going to go all over them. So.
And before we advance to our primary editor now, can't really be on every show, but Nick took Minnesota outright. He took the money line.
Interesting.
I know.
Maybe he
We'll see
believes
how
in
it goes.
primetime.
Maybe Nick knows something we don't. Maybe he knows Kirk's going to come out and ball out.
He does like that.
Oh,
You like
so
that?
we do have an announcement before we do get into the other games. Since this game won't count, if you want to make money, we are offering $20 to any fan that likes the post, follows us, and then we're going to put a random generator in. We're going to pick a fan. We'll send you our picks, and then you'll send us your picks. And if you beat all of us, we will send you $20. Free money.
And this is an every week thing, so it's going to reset every week.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe even every week if they don't beat us.
Yeah, if they don't beat us.
We bump the pot up $5.
Yeah.
If they
I
don't
like
beat us,
that a
we'll
lot.
just keep adding money.
Yeah. So if you want free money and you think you're better than us, Dildos, sign up. Follow and like. It's that easy.
And follow us on all platforms, TikTok,
Please.
YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, sorry. But follow us on Instagram.
Yeah. For the game, though, we're just going to go strictly on TikTok. That'll be easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, next game, we have the Packers and Falcons. The Falcons are favored at
Which is
minus
insane to me.
1.5.
It's a trap!
I
I honestly
agree.
think Packers win outright.
I mean, Ritter threw 18 passes. How are they favorites?
Yeah, I have the Packers. I don't think the Falcons are scrubs, but the Packers look good.
That's
Wait,
what I mean.
As long as Aaron Jones plays. Because
What if
A.J.
he
Dillon
doesn't?
looked so
But
bad.
their third string, I always forget his name, but their third string looked really good.
Yeah, he only got carried in the fourth quarter, and he ended up with more yards than Dillon.
Yeah.
Dillon averaged like less than 2 yards a carry. I think Dillon
I think
stinks.
he had 12 carries, like 19 yards or something.
Who,
It's
Dillon,
pretty
right?
bad, yeah.
And
I
will
think-
Christian Watson be back?
I think he is. He was a full
Yep,
participant.
so
in
that's a
practice.
game changer too.
No, I thought today neither of them participated. I could be wrong.
Or maybe
on
he was
that.
limited. I seen.
They both did individual workouts off to the side, so I think they're both trending in the right direction. Him and Jones.
I think he'll play. Or maybe it's the Falcons, so they'll rest him again. But either way, if he doesn't play, I think they still win.
So we're all taking Packers.
Yeah.
Packers.
All right, Packers plus 1.5. Money line consensus. Next game. This is an interesting one. Bears versus Bucks. Bucks are favored at minus 2.5.
That's another one I don't
It's
really
at Tampa
understand.
Bay. There's a lot of rat lines this week because that game could go either way.
I think it could go either way, but I'm thinking Fields bounces back. I think he's going to have a crazy rushing game. I think they take the win.
I think Fields had a good rushing game too, but it's not like the guy's going to go for 3
Oh,
touchdowns.
no, I don't think he's going to go, like, nuclear. But
Yeah, I honestly was just impressed with the Bucks last week, and I honestly think their defense is superior to the Bears, and I think their offense is about equal. But I think just the Bucks offense had a lot more weapons at their disposal, so I'm going to lean the Bucks here. I'm going to take the Bucks minus 2.5.
Okay, I am also taking the Bucks minus 2.5. I think the Bears just look terrible against the Packers. It's at Tampa Bay. I just don't think the Bears are a good team unless they prove me otherwise. But
No, they look awful, dude.
yeah, and the Bucks actually looked good against a playoff team last year. They might not be. The Vikings might not be a playoff team this year, but give them respect. They were a playoff team last year, and yeah, I'm gonna take the Bucks minus 2.5.
I have Bears plus 2.5.
Okay, and the money line.
Yeah.
Okay,
Bears money line?
so
Yeah.
Bears plus 2.5 money line, and then me and you are taking the Bucks minus 2.5.
Yes, sir.
All right, next game. This is an interesting line. Seahawks versus Lions. Lions minus 4.5 at Detroit. This seems like a trap. I still think Detroit takes it.
Me too.
I'm gonna take them to cover too. The fact that this is just an ultimate trap game. The Seahawks get blown out by an inferior team at home, and then they're going on the road to a team that just beat the Super Bowl champions. This is an all-time rat line.
And I think Detroit has a better defense than the Rams did.
Exactly.
So I think Seahawks lose this one too.
I'm taking Detroit money line, but I'm going Seahawks plus 5 or plus 4.5, whatever they're at right now.
4.5.
All right, yeah, but I think their offense had a bounce back week. Gino balled out last year, and he played awful last week. So I think he's going to bounce back big this week. So honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle wins outright. But
Yeah, I
I'm
think
just going to play it safe and take their spread.
I think it go either
and
way,
go
but
Detroit money line.
I'll take Detroit minus 4.5.
All right, we're all locked in. Raiders, Bills. Bills are favored by 8.5. It's at Buffalo. I'm going to take the Bills and the spread. I just think after such a shit show last week,
Yeah.
you got to bounce back.
It is a rain game, apparently.
Is it?
Yeah.
I
So-
still think I just think they're going to be pissed off. You saw Josh Allen after the interview.
I don't think Josh Allen could have a worse game than he did last year.
No, that was
and
probably
and they only lost by like a touchdown. So
yeah, that was probably his worst game of his career. Unless I'm missing anything.
I'm pretty
But-
surprised. I thought you would at least take Vegas spread. Like you said, Jimmy G wins games. I think Buffalo wins, but I'm taking Vegas spread, especially if it's a rain game. It'll
Yeah.
probably be a lot of running. And James Cook.
Yeah, I mean
But-
Jimmy G wins games, but I just think like the Bills need this one. Like
No,
they need
yeah.
the blowout to convince people that they're legit.
I just feel safer. It's such a big spread. I'm going to go the 8.5.
if Bills
So,
lose this
I'm
game,
going to take Vegas.
do you think they're done?
Like we said earlier, it's still very early in the season. I wouldn't feel
I'm going to
good.
say yes. I'm going to say if they lose to Vegas, they are not going to the Super Bowl. They're not sniffing it.
Oh,
Their
yeah, I
their
don't.
window is closing. if they don't win this year, they don't have a lot of time left.
I don't think they even sniff the Super Bowl if they win this game anyway. I just think they're obviously going to be a contender, but I think the Chiefs, I think the Jags would beat them in the playoffs,
I agree.
and I think the Dolphins would beat them in the playoffs.
What about like the Chargers?
Chargers could easily beat them in the playoffs. The Bengals, like how did I forget the Bengals?
Yeah, the Bengals.
I honestly,
It's a loaded
I might get hate for
Ravens. Like
I might get hate for this, but I think even the Patriots could beat them in the playoffs.
Yeah, the
I-
defense too.
yeah, I mean if they keep dropping games, like Brian Daboll leaving hurt them.
yeah.
They were like that Josh Allen game against Mahomes in the playoffs 2 years ago. Brian Daboll was coaching that team, and ever since he left, Josh Allen hasn't been a scrub, but he hasn't looked the same.
Not at all.
So yeah, if they lose against Vegas, they're done. So for picks, you have Bills minus 8.5. Bills money line. I also have that. You have Vegas covering, and then Bills win.
Yep.
Alrighty. Next game. Chargers versus Titans. Chargers are favorited by 3. It is at Tennessee.
I'm going Chargers -3. I think they're going to come out and win anyway, coming off a loss. I think their offense is so much better. Tannehill looked awful.
I don't know how he's still a starting quarterback.
Yeah, they should move on to Levis. They have Levis.
One stat that surprised me, Derrick Henry played less than 50% of the snaps. He still went over 100 yards from scrimmage, but he didn't even look that efficient running the ball. He did go to the receiver. But
I think this is the year he gets traded at the deadline.
If they're good under 500, like far below, he's 100% getting traded. There's not even a doubt in my mind.
I just think the Chargers dropped 36. Oh, no, 30. Was it 30 or 34? Yeah, it was 34 against the Dolphins. Their offense is high-powered. I know Mike Vrabel coaches a good game, but I think the Chargers are that much better than the Titans.
I don't see a single position where the Chargers are weaker. Like, unless Eckler sits out, then
I don't think Eckler's going to play this week, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm still leaning on the Chargers.
Yeah, no, I agree, because Josh Kelly actually surprisingly looks really good.
Yeah.
So we're all going Chargers -3?
Yeah, that's an easy one for me.
Alrighty. Next game. This is an interesting one.
Yeah, this one's interesting.
A lot of rat lines this week. Because this could go either way. I have the Colts versus Texans, and the Texans are favorited at -1.5. And I think I'm taking it. I think it could go either way, but I'm just going to go with my 50-50 call and do the Texans. They didn't look that bad against Baltimore last week. They forced a couple turnovers. They're playing another rookie quarterback. C.J. Stroud didn't turn over the ball. He had a good amount of yards. I think he had over 200. He has good receivers. Dameon Pierce is good at running the ball. I think they could definitely be, not a playoff team this year, but they can make some noise.
Now, DeMeco Ryans coaches one hell of a defense, too. He built that San Francisco defense. And then Houston's defense don't have talent on it. They have, Stingley and Will Anderson. That's about it. And they looked really good against Baltimore.
Will Anderson looks really good.
Yeah, they, really played.
That game was way closer than it should have been.
But I'm going to fade you here, and I'm going to take Indy +1.5. And I'm going to take them outright, actually.
No, I don't blame you. It's
divisional game.
It's a 50-50 call. It can go either way. Yeah, divisional game, too. It's a 50-50 call. I mean, both teams, rookie quarter. I mean, these teams couldn't be more similar.
Yeah, I know. I think Richardson looked a little better week 1 than Stroud. They both look good.
Oh, absolutely. I'm
just going to lean with Richardson over Stroud. That's my kind of mindset.
I'm matching Cabral on that.
Okay.
I agree.
All right, so both of you taking Indy spread and money line. I am Lone Wolf taking Houston.
I think this is the game where Anthony Richardson proves himself.
Fair enough.
I want to take
him.
him.
You think it could be a shootout?
It can be, but I don't know. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game.
I wonder what you have the lines on you, right? What's the over/under?
I think it's sitting at 40.
It is 39.5.
I kind of want to smash the over.
I do too.
Because also at the same time, I think Richardson's guaranteed to throw a pick, and I think Stroud didn't throw in week 1. I think either defense have touchdown
I just
potential.
think both teams didn't really Houston kind of struggled offensively, but the Ravens' defense isn't terrible. So I just think both teams can go up and down the field.
And I think this is the game we get a Richardson rushing touchdown too. I'm taking him anytime.
You guys think Michael Pittman gets another one?
No.
Let's talk about Michael Pittman.
I'm not a fan still.
No.
I'm not taking it. That was a trap. He's not going to beat. What was it? 1 catch for 40 yards, touchdown.
Yeah,
it was.
So he had 8 or 9 catches for 97 yards.
And I think more than half his catches came in the fourth quarter.
And his touchdown came off a wide receiver screen, and it was 40 yards. That's a fluke.
That's not a Michael Pittman thing.
No, he's not a speed burner, dude. He
not
just
at all.
That was just a fluke.
Listen, I'm gonna stick with our narrative. We're standing on our own 2 feet. We're still fading Michael Pittman, but we're gonna fuck around and find out.
If Michael Pittman scores this week, I will show up with a Michael Pittman jersey.
I think we all have to collectively.
Or a T-shirt at least. A T-shirt. I don't know about a jersey.
Yeah, we'd have to wait a week for it to come in. But all right,
I'm
down for that. If Michael Pittman scores a touchdown this week
and goes over 50 yards, Let's make it tough. I don't want one
60.
catch, 7 yards.
60.
touchdown.
All right.
Yeah.
60.
60 yards and a touchdown. And 2 podcasts from now, we'll show up in Michael Pittman T-shirts.
And then we
That's fair.
will write written apologies.
We will make a 3-minute video of us on our knees apologizing.
Yes, on our knees, written apologies if Michael Pittman succeeds 60 yards. and
At
a
that point, we
touchdown.
have to.
All right, next game. Ravens at Bengals, and the Bengals are favored by 3.
I think they're both coming off disappointing week ones. I know Baltimore got the win, but they didn't look like Baltimore. But I'm going to ride Cincy here. I think Cincy's in for a huge bounce-back game. I think Chase goes crazy. I think Higgins has himself a good game. it's a divisional game. It could obviously go either way, but I'm going to lean Cincy here. I think they got superior quarterbacks, superior weapons. Baltimore, I'd give the edge on the defense, but I'm just going to ride Cincy.
Yeah, I agree. I have Bengals -3. I think it's going to be a dogfight. I do think it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I don't see Burrow losing back-to-back games.
No.
I'm going to surprise you guys here, but I have the Ravens +3 and outright.
What gave you faith last week in this
I know.
race?
So here's my reasoning. Reason 1.
Or what gave you faith over the past 3 years? 2 years
So
for the Ravens.
Let me explain, all right? Listen, the Bengals struggle early in the year. I think they started out 1-3 last year, if I'm not mistaken. They struggle early in the year. It's a divisional game. Joe Burrow didn't play football for 10 months. The Ravens aren't scrubs. They're a good team in the AFC. And I just think the Bengals struggle early in the year. Ravens outright. And here's the other thing. I'm going to take the Ravens, right? But if the Bengals win, I won't be mad. So it's a win-win.
Well, on our little, tracker we have going on, it'd be a lose for you.
It would be a loss, but morally I'd feel good about the Bengals winning. So that's why I'm taking the Ravens +3 in the money line.
Respect.
Next game. Chiefs versus Jags at Jacksonville. Chiefs are the favorites, -3.5. And I think it's interesting because a couple days ago they opened up at -3 and the line's changing.
I'm taking Jacksonville +3.5, and I honestly think I'm taking Jacksonville outright as well. I don't think Kelsey's back to full health still, even if he plays. So he could still be a limited factor. None of their wide receivers really impress me at all. Their run game doesn't impress me. So I think, the Chiefs aren't going to find their groove till Kelsey's 100%. And I think Jacksonville is going to build off this win. Their offense looked incredible, and I think they're only going to get better.
Yeah, I'm going to go Jags -3.5 money line. I don't know. I think Mahomes has a bounce back.
The Jags spread. Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
I think Mahomes bounces back, throws at least 2 touchdowns, but I agree with Cabral. I don't think Kelsey's going to be full health. They're saying Chris Jones might not even play this game. So, I don't know.
But he just signed. That's a little...
Yeah, they said they might not give him the go this week.
Let him get warmed up.
Yeah.
I'm going to go the same route I went last week with the Chiefs. So I'm going to take them outright. I'm going to take Jacksonville to cover. I think it's going to be a close game. I think Patrick Mahomes pulls it out this time. I hope I'm not wrong again.
Well, it is hard to see Mahomes losing.
Yeah, I can't see Mahomes losing.
Has he ever lost 2 in a row?
I don't know. We got to look
That's
that
an
up after
interesting
this.
stat.
Don't know.
But, yeah, I'm going to take... I hate it. I hate it, but Chiefs money line, Jags to cover the spread.
I just don't think Chiefs have anyone that can guard Calvin Ridley. Just fair to say.
No, yeah, if they want to stop him, they got to get pressure on Trevor, and if Chris Jones doesn't play, that's going to be hard to do.
Yeah.
And listen, all we need is Kadarius Toney to catch 1 pass, and that's an improvement from last week.
I'm looking at that over-under right now just because I think that could be a shootout. At 51.
51.
The tie.
I would take it.
I'd still, ride it. One of them's gonna get 30.
Even the Jags Colts game was like a high-scoring game.
Yeah, I know.
All right, next game. 49ers, Rams. 49ers are favored by 7.
I'm going to go Niners -7. I don't think Puka Nakua and Tutu Atwell combined.
Good job saying his name right.
Thank you.
Show him
Thank
some
you.
respect.
Yeah, to think about
Yeah, I
that.
tried picking him up in every league, but
I got
didn't
him.
happen.
Yeah, I couldn't even pronounce
But-
his name right. You don't even deserve it.
Him and Atwell don't combine for 240 yards again.
Do you think
That's-
Van Jefferson has a game this week for once?
I think he could be all right. He dropped a bomb in this game, but
Yeah, 25
one thing
yards.
I will say, I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams cover. No way they win. Stafford looked sharp. His arm looked really good. Like he was
Stafford
making
looked
some
good.
darty throws.
Well, it is a divisional game.
Yeah, but the Rams have struggled against the Niners for the past few years.
Yeah,
except
I
in the playoffs.
I think Kyle Shanahan he's like.
He's playing mind games with
McCaffrey,
What's the record? Look it up. I think it's like 8-3 or
didn't
whatever
McCaffrey
against
have a
the Bills.
hat trick last year against the Rams? Was that the game he threw the touchdown, ran a touchdown, caught a touchdown?
Possibly.
I think it was.
But I'm taking Niners -7 too.
Me too.
Congrats to the Rams for beating the Seahawks. Like a lot of people are high on the Seahawks this year. The Niners are just too good, and I can't fade them.
Yeah, I'm definitely going Niners -7.
Not making that mistake like we did last week.
According to BallySports.com, the Rams' only victory in the series since 2019 was this past NFC Championship game. They haven't won another game.
And they
outside
almost
of that.
lost that game.
But Shanahan overall is 9-4 against McVay.
So hammer Niners money line at least.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
take
a
the spread
lock.
too.
Take McCaffrey
And
over
I'm taking the
yards.
spread.
Next game.
This is interesting.
This is interesting. Giants versus Cardinals. Giants are favored by 4.5.
I'm taking the Giants -4.5. I'm not gonna come out and say they're still
It's a
a playoff
big
contender.
get-right game for them.
No, yeah. I
If
think
they
they're gonna-
lose this, their season's done.
I think they're gonna
I
come
think
out
their
with a
season's
fire.
done already. I wasn't high on them at the beginning of the year. The fact that you paid Daniel Jones over Saquon Barkley, like Daniel Jones is going to take your team over the hump. They beat an inferior Vikings defense in the playoffs, and then they shit the bed against the Eagles.
I mean, you're not wrong with that. I'm gonna go Cabral here though. I'm gonna take the Giants -4.5.
I'm going to take the Giants money line. I'm going to take the Cards back to cover, baby. Cards are covering machines. Book it.
do you think Dobbs like shreds his defense though?
I don't know, because, I mean, Dallas's offense didn't look anything crazy to the
Yeah.
Giants. It was mostly their defense and special teams that was scoring. But
And Pollard.
and Pollard, yep. But, yeah, I'm going to take the Cards to cover. I'm going to take the Giants to win as a safe bet.
I think Waller has a game.
Yeah, I could see him coming out, but I think this is going to be like a Saquon nuclear game. Like, I think the guy's going to go
I hope
bonkers.
so.
I'm never going to say a tight end has a game. I mean, because the only reason is I took him last week and he shit the bed. So
Yeah.
I can't trust tight ends unless it's Travis Kelce. Next game. Biggest line of the week. Jets versus Cowboys. Cowboys -9.5.
They're really taking that Zach Wilson to play.
That's a big spread, and I know the Cowboys just 40-pieced it. I think everyone's going to take the Cowboys spread. Vegas is up to something. Jets are covering the spread.
I have the same. I think that defense is pretty legit. And if Zach Wilson can just manage the game
Yep.
and not fuck up and throw interceptions and
If
fumble
they just
the
give
ball,
Brees Hall the ball, I think they stay in this.
yeah, like I said, all Zach Wilson has to do
Is
is
not
not
turn it
lose this game.
No, literally.
I think the Cowboys will still win. But I wouldn't even be surprised if the Jets win. I'm not completely off the Jets yet.
And I'm not sold on the Cowgirls. either.
I'm pretty
I'm
sold
in
on the Cowboys.
I'm in the same boat as Cabral. I don't think the Jets are going to be bad as everyone thinks they are, in the QB hunt. I just think it all comes down to Zach Wilson turning the ball over. If he doesn't turn the ball over,
watch us just straight overthink this, and the
Yeah.
Cowboys.
I
just
think
I know.
we might be overthinking it a little too much, but Vegas is up to something.
But Dak's
Weird
been a turnover
maneuver.
machine the past few years. This
Yes.
Jets defense is getting 2 picks.
You said Dak's been a turnover machine. Look at Zach Wilson.
His first series in the game was a turnover,
No, I know.
but
he
he
let
didn't
a
look
touchdown
bad after
drive
that.
later.
So
but that was a bad throw.
still outplayed Josh Allen.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so we're all consensus. We're locking it in. Cowboys money line. Jets +9.5.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my pick.
Holy shit! Watch us just
That's
be
gonna be a
totally
nail.
right.
Oh, this game's going to go 55-0.
Yep.
It's going to be worse than the last game.
Probably.
All right, next game. Shit bowl of the week. Commanders versus Broncos. Broncos are -3.5.
I'm going to take Broncos minus 3.5. Judy's back this week. I think Wilson gets a win.
I'm going to say Broncos win, but Commanders cover. I think the Commanders are going to improve off last week. Their offense looked a lot worse than what I expected. I thought Howell was going to look a little better.
Yeah, Chase Young's back this week.
Yeah. And I just don't think the Broncos are anything to rave about. I think they're going to pick it up as the season goes along, as Wilson and Peyton get, in a better sync and get better chemistry. But I just think it's a close game. This game's going under. What's the over-under?
I think it's like 39.
Okay, so it might go over. But no, it's going to be a low-scoring game. And those
39.
really low-scoring games, I feel like the dog always covers.
I hate the Broncos.
Yeah, I'm not a Broncos fan
I'm just
either.
gonna fade them just out of pure spite. Give me the Commanders plus 3.5 and the money line.
And the money line. I don't hate it.
You know what? All season, I'm just gonna fade the Broncos every single time. I hate them. I can't stand Sean Payton. I can't stand Russell Wilson.
I'm not a Sean Payton fan. He's way too cocky of a guy.
Just he pissed me off this offseason.
I don't know why
talking shit about Nathaniel Hackett.
Talking shit about anyone. I
No,
don't know
because
why.
he did it as a cover-up. Because if he fails at
As a
Denver,
coach.
he's going to blame Nathaniel Hackett and be like, oh, you put me in a bad position. Russell Wilson was protected by Pete Carroll.
I like Peyton, but I don't think Russell Wilson's that good. And I think Russell Wilson's kind of like a bad teammate. You see the thing? Everyone hated that he had his own office.
Yeah, he's kind of like an individual. He has his
He's
own,
a diva. That's what he is.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah,
He thinks he's better than everyone.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's not
Without,
that I hate the Broncos. It's I hate them too. Actually, you know what? I don't like the Broncos. Fuck.
I like Javonte Williams.
I like Javonte Williams and I like Jerry Jeudy.
I like Judy.
I don't like Sutton.
I'm not high on Judy.
I actually love Pat Surtain.
Maybe
too.
given the right quarterback.
I think Sutton's the best corner in the league over Sauce.
Yeah.
That might be
Sauce
like
looked
a-
like poop last
That's
week.
not too much of a hot take, but I think Sauce will be better over time.
Said Sauce looked like poop.
Last week.
Thought we'd
Diggs?
cheer for each other's bets. Plus 2,000 defensive player of the year.
I'm cheering for you. I'm just saying he didn't
Diggs
look
kind
good.
of went crazy on him.
Yeah.
That touchdown wasn't Sauce's fault, but he got a few first downs off.
Fair enough. All right, so you guys are both taking the Broncos. You're
Yeah.
taking the Commanders to cover.
Yep.
I'm just taking the Commanders.
This next game is a little crazy.
Yeah, so this is kind of like our game of the week because when you're not a Patriots fan but you're a Dolphins fan, me and you are Patriots fans.
Diehard. I'm a
yeah.
diehard
So the
Patriots
Bengals is like my alternate team. Like if it's not the Patriots, it's the Bengals.
If it's the
I fell
Bengals,
in love with Joe Burrow.
I was going to say that the Bengals or the Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I mean, I
Yeah.
just kind of like fell.
I'm
in love
a
with them.
Niners for my second team just because McCaffrey.
Yeah. So the Fins are -3.
I think this is going to be a lot closer than people think.
It is going to be a close game, but Finn's -3. Lock it in. Pats aren't going to have an answer for Reek and
All right,
Waddle
well,
together
yeah,
with
call
Tua.
me crazy, but what is Tua 5-0 against Mac Jones?
I think
Tua's
he's-
just
I think
never
he's
lost to
5-0
the
against
Pats.
Bill Belichick.
Yeah, he's never
Well,
lost to the
Mac
Pats.
Jones.
Okay, yeah.
I think Pats take this one.
So you're
-3.
taking them +3 in money line?
Well, it's not just Mac Jones, too. Granted, before Tua's rookie year, he versed Cam Newton. So it's not much
Was
to
Tua-
rave about. Tua was the
Yeah.
year before Mac.
Same,
Yeah.
but different.
No, but really Cam
It's a
Newton.
circle.
I still think Cam would have won that Chiefs game. I'll never forget that. The COVID game.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Brian Hoyer.
So you're taking
I'm gonna take the
Patriots
Patriots
+3
+3.
and money line. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Fins -3. I just think their offense is so good, and I think
I'm
the
just-
Patriots are legit.
I'm just seeing stuff about Waddle's hurt. He might not play.
Ooh, huge catch. by
Yeah, huge
Devontae.
catch by Devonta Smith.
Oh, this
sorry.
game's on.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I just think I think that the Fins are so good. I think the Patriots are legit, but they were +4 last week. They still didn't cover against Philly, so
I don't
maybe
think
the
they'll
Fins
have an
win by a
answer for
touchdown.
Hill, but I think it's going to be a dogfight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Mac Jones
But-
might get the win.
I think the big storyline for this game, too, is you see every single Pat starting alignment on the injury report.
Yeah,
like a lot of them might not play.
That's a big deal. Cole Strange didn't even play last week. First round pick.
So the Dolphins' defense could get to Mac a lot this week.
I really like Christian Gonzalez. He's a dog.
He looked good last week.
He got a sack.
I think he's third in defensive rookie of the year odds behind
like him.
Jalen Carter. And
I don't know if
Will
we'll get rookie defensive player of the year, but I think he'll be really solid. He reminds me of Stephon Gilmore, which is like weird, but I don't know.
Speaking of Stephon Gilmore, I completely forgot he was on the Cowboys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was on the Colts last year.
Yeah, I remember that because we were at that Vikings game. And Paul Allen, the Vikings commentator, you ever see that video where he's like, and Stephon Gilmore should be kicked out of the game. Someone should get in there and kick his butt.
He didn't even say ass, he said butt because it was on air, but I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
All right, 2 Monday night games. We have the Saints and Panthers. The Saints are -3. I hate this game.
Me too. You want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to go Saints -3. I'm just going purely based off quarterback here. And I think the Saints didn't look too bad against Tennessee.
Yeah,
And
Mike
the
Vrabel
only-
coaches a good defense.
The only thing that I'd say didn't look good on the Saints is the run game wasn't right there.
Oh, the run game looked awful.
I think that changes when Kamara comes, but Jamal Williams, I don't think is really the answer for RB1.
But my boy Rashid Shaheed, he had a good game.
He's another like joker, like Cordell Patterson. He looked really good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ride that. I'm gonna go Saints -3.
I'm also going to take Saints -3 just because Bryce Young's too short.
Oh, we're still on. We're still
I'm
on.
5'4" myself, all right?
Saints
But
might-
you're not in the NFL, so it doesn't matter.
Saints
not
might
in the
eat him
NFL.
alive. Like actually,
Exactly. The Saints defense is good too. Next game and our last game,
this is another shit bowl. I think.
Browns versus Steelers. Steelers are home.
Browns -2.5. I'm going to make the same mistake as I did last week. I'm going to take the Steelers outright and +2.5. I'm riding the wave, baby.
You don't know how bad.
Mike Tomlin's got to get a win someday.
I know. You don't know how bad I want to do it with you, but no Deontay Johnson. I don't think Allen Robinson had another good game. I'm going dog pound, baby. Welcome Kenny Pickett to the graveyard.
And it's not that I hate the Browns. I like the Steelers. I like the Steelers.
I like them too, but I
not-
like Myles Garrett.
I'm
rooting
not
for
really
that defense.
sold on-
God, I'm going to regret this because the Browns defense looks so good, and
I know.
the 49ers defense ate them up last week. Should I
Yeah.
switch?
No,
No,
ride it.
no,
All right, I'm
You
going to
already
ride the
said
wave.
it.
I'm going to ride the wave. I'm going to ride
I'm
the wave.
going. I'm going Browns -2.5.
Me too.
I'm not really sold on Najee Harris. I don't know.
Dude,
why.
Najee
No,
sucks.
yeah, he's
I like Warren way better.
Najee's the most overrated running back since he came into the league.
Yeah.
He sucks.
yeah.
Something
he's-
about him,
He
like-
hasn't had like too crazy of a career.
He's the most inefficient
He's
running
like
back too.
he tries to do like a Le'Veon Bell like patience thing, but like it just doesn't work for him. He's not shifty like that. He can get through tackles, he can stiff arm, but he's not like a get around the
No,
defender guy.
for him to be better, he's not Derrick Henry. I'll never disrespect
But he needs to
Henry.
run through people.
But no, use your body like Derrick
Yeah.
Henry does. Don't try to be this other type of running back.
Fair enough. So there are our picks.
That caps off
For-
the picks, right?
Week 2. Now I want to ask before we get into our fantasy love hates. We're gonna do like a lock of the week. What are you putting all your money on the table on?
Games or players?
Games.
All my money.
Let's go spread. Don't do money line. Do a spread. You can do. You know what? You can do an over under too, if you want.
My lock of the
Over.
week is the Green Bay Packers.
Damn it! I was gonna take that.
No, I just don't see Ritter.
That's fine. I'll find another one.
If you want me to, my other one is the Bucks. I honestly think the Bucks are gonna clap.
You
the
think
Bears.
that's a
you,
lock?
You took the Packers.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
fine.
gonna ride
I'm
the
gonna find
Packers.
another one.
I think my lock. I think I'm just gonna go Niners for this one.
Oh yeah.
I think it's gonna go over 45 too.
You know what? I'm gonna steal your phone for a second just to check some lines. Give me 1
I
second.
think Niners lock over 45.
3 hours later.
Give me. I'm gonna do 3. Is it alright if I do 3?
Three
Three teams?
And you'll
Just-
know why.
Just go for
You'll
it.
know
Go
why.
for it.
Give me the Patriots Dolphins under 46.5.
Under. That's
Give me the Saints Panthers under 40, and give me the Browns Steelers under 38.5, and parlay them all.
and
The
under
prime
parlay.
time unders.
Prime time unders. It's 3-0 so far.
True. We'll see how it goes tonight too.
What's the line looking like?
If you combine all 3,
Guys, Kirk Cousins
it's
is
pretty
taking
much plus 600.
Kirk
Plus
Cousins is
596.
taking the
10
field
to
right
win
now.
$59 on FanDuel.
Perk Duggins is entering the game.
He's like an Owen
Let's
Wilson.
see if
Like,
primetime Kirk
one-
comes. All right, let's get into love and hate.
all right.
QB.
Let me start this one off.
Yep.
I love Mondre versus Miami this week.
Oh, you're starting off with
Going running back off
I'm
rip?
going running
You're
back
messing
off
up my
rip.
whole mojo like
It's
that.
fine. It's fine. Either way, one of us is getting messed up. I don't know. I love Mondre versus Miami. You see what Eckler did?
Did you see what Josh Kelly did too? Like, no, I think Mondre did for a good game.
And he didn't really do anything because they were playing from behind most of the game. But Zeke might have a few touches, maybe get like a goal line touchdown, but I think Mondre eats.
I don't disagree. I'm a Dolphins fan, and I know their run defense is atrocious.
I also think Mostert eats. To be fair,
I don't know.
We
Pat's
didn't-
run defense looks good.
it looked good, but Kenneth Gainwell
Mostert
was
might
like,
not play, so it might be Devin
Oh,
Achane's
Achane.
time to shine.
You think he takes over the RB1?
This is his opportunity. If he wants to beat out Wilson and Mostert, he's got to take advantage.
He's
this
kind
week.
of a small guy too.
But he's so fast.
Yeah, he's nasty. He reminds me of like Sproles a little bit.
Yeah, no, big Darren Sproles vibes.
Love me some Darren Sproles. Short king, baby.
Who's your RB hate, Joe?
My hate. Let me see. Cam Akers versus
And
San Francisco.
are you starting him this week?
No.
No? Okay.
I'm starting. What's his name on the Rams? I just went.
Kyron Williams.
No. The wide receiver. I can't even pronounce his name.
Puka Nakua?
Yeah. I'm
Puka Nakua?
I'm starting him with the flex over Cam Akers this week.
My little
I
Pookie
actually-
Bear. Pookie Bear.
Pookie Wookie. Nah, but yeah, Cam Akers. I don't even have to explain.
No, you don't.
Just listen to last
you
week's
pretty
episode.
much explained it last episode.
He's in the doghouse
Tune in
for
if
me.
you want to hear about it.
And he's going against the Niners defense.
And
That guy.
I hope he proves me wrong. God, I hope.
Well, yeah, he's on your fantasy team. You
Not even
gotta.
just because of that. Like, I was shitting on him. And Sean McVay's clearly shitting on him.
All right, you want to get into your running backs?
Yeah, so my love this week is Jahmyr Gibbs. I feel like he did a lot of good things with the touches he had last week. David Montgomery did good, but nothing like crazy. He had the touchdown, but I mean, he looked efficient. But I think Gibbs shines this week in what could be a high-scoring game against the Seattle Seahawks. And Kyron Williams and Cam Akers both had touchdowns against them, so
I think
look
Gibbs
for that
eats.
1-2 punch.
Well, and Campbell already said Gibbs is in for a bigger
Yeah,
workload.
he said and Montgomery didn't do what he should have with 22 touches. Like 70
No, yeah, that's why I said Montgomery had like a solid game. But he didn't do
70
anything
yards
crazy.
isn't really too much for 22, 23 touches.
Yeah, I mean it's still solid, but yeah.
Bro, I swear to God, there was one point when Gibbs got the 18-yard run. The next three plays were Montgomery rushes, and they all went for 2 yards.
Oh, and Gibbs would have scored that touchdown if he
Oh,
didn't trip.
yeah,
he was
yeah.
wide open to the end zone.
I think Gibbs is a generational talent.
Yeah, I think he's good. Him and Bijan. will
He
be
was
good.
underrated coming out of
I think-
college,
I
and then
think he-
everyone thought, oh, shit,
What
Philly
happened?
fumble? Philly recovered it.
I think Gibbs is
Boston
going to be
Scott first time touchdown.
what
baby.
Alvin
bet
Kamara.
it?
I bet $5 to win 100 on Boston Scott first touchdown. Of
Oh,
the
he
game.
did fumble.
But
they recovered.
anyways, let me get into my hate. I'm gonna go the same route you did and say someone on my fantasy team, Isaiah Pacheco.
He's in the doghouse.
I would just kind of stay away from him. I'm still starting him because I don't really have an alternative.
I don't think the Chiefs know what they.
Exactly, they don't know what they're doing. Like Pacheco was getting touched. I think Pacheco by far looked better than any of them.
Yeah, he's
like
clearly the
Clyde
other one.
Edwards hilarious. He's an NFL player, but he's a scrub.
I think they're giving him touches because they don't want to get shit for the first round pick.
That's just a terrible business decision.
It's
but,
I think that's why N'Keal Harry was still playing for the Patriots because Bill didn't want to look bad.
yeah, but yeah, I don't trust him yet until he gets like. I think he will later in the season, but right now it doesn't look like Andy Reid has any idea, and it could be Eric Bieniemy not being the offensive coordinator anymore
Well-
too, and also Travis. Like, there's a lot of factors. Travis Kelce didn't play last week, so he didn't really have that much on the receiving end.
Well, do you remember they didn't really know if they wanted to put him on IR or not?
Yeah, that's
so
true.
that could
That's true.
He might secretly be injured.
He kind of like tweaked his hip, I think, or his
yeah,
knee
he might
last week,
secretly
too.
have like a lingering injury that we just don't know about, and he's just fighting through it.
Yeah,
So I would sit him this week. I got a text from one of my boys too, and he put me on blast. He was like, "Dude, everyone and their mother knew Pacheco wasn't the player." I'm like, well, "Thanks for tuning in the pod, but yeah, you were right."
Pookie rookie.
All right,
Pookie
get into
Wookie
yours,
Nakui.
bro.
So my love running back is a guy on my fantasy team, so it might be a little biased decision here, but Damian Pierce. Going against Indy, divisional game, there's going to be a lot of running the ball, I think. I don't think either quarterback passes too much. And Indy didn't look great stopping the run against Jacksonville last week. ETN broke off a big run.
Yeah.
I think he was my other love. I like him this week too.
Yeah, and Bigsby found the end zone. He wasn't efficient running, so I think Pierce is due for a touchdown this week, and I think he could get over 60 rushing yards. He's not going to boom, but
I think that
I
game
love
is
him.
going to be a shootout. I genuinely think. I mean, I know it's the Texans and Colts, so fucking blast me all you want, people. But I think it's two rookie quarterbacks that could go back and forth.
yeah, my hate correlates with your love. I hate David Montgomery this week, and it purely based
Is
off.
that a
I
bias? It's a bias pick.
Yeah, I got Gibbs on my fantasy.
Well,
team.
is it biased or like? I kind of think he's just gonna fall behind to like the RB2.
No,
eventually.
yeah.
I can't say I hate him though, just because
No, 'cause
like
I think he's a really good player. To be honest,
he had
he's
a
underrated. for
decent
sure.
game last week. So, and I think that game could be high scoring.
But it was like over 20 carries for less than 80 yards, so under that 4 yards per carry mark. That's like the NFL
Yeah.
average. So I don't know. I just don't think he did enough with his touches, and I think Gibbs going to get a much bigger workload. So
I
I'm
just hope-
fading Montgomery.
I just hope they don't give Gibbs the DeAndre Swift treatment,
I know.
because that would be horrendous. Because Swift was really good.
Yeah. No, Swift has all the talent in the world, bro.
I don't think. What?
The bruh.
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 Pookie wookie.
All right, Joe. What are you going next? QBs or wide receivers?
I'll go wide receivers. I love me some T. Higgins this game. I think Burrow's bouncing back. I think
Can't
it's going
get
to be
any
a
worse for
shootout.
T. Higgins.
It literally can't. He didn't even have a catch, so he's going to bounce back. I love him this week.
So 1 yard and a catch is an improvement.
That's a bounce back.
That's a bounce back game.
I'll pair him up with Drake London. 1 catch, you're bouncing back.
Let's go.
And then my hate, Deebo Samuel versus the Rams.
Interesting.
I think Ayuk is the number one option for that team.
Yeah, I'm
I
not big
believe
on
so
Debo.
too.
I'm just not a fan. Like, he had a good game against the Rams last year. He ran like a 60-yard touchdown after the catch, but then again, after the catch,
That's where a lot of Debo's yards come from.
it's after the catch. I don't think he's not really like a red zone threat unless it's like a jet sweep. I don't know.
Or
I
when
think,
they put him in at running back.
yeah, I think Ayuk's the number one option, so I hate Deebo this week.
My love for wide receiver is Amari Cooper. Last week, as you just mentioned, Ayuk shit all over the Steelers. Wide receiver 1 for them. Cooper's the wide receiver 1 for the Browns. He didn't do too bad last week. He had a couple big catches in a very it was a rainy game in Cincinnati, so
Yeah.
the ball wasn't really going around, and that also could be a factor of why Cincinnati lost. But we already got into it. But yeah, give me Amari Cooper if the weather's right. And then for my hate, I don't really hate him. I just kind of threw him in there. But CeeDee Lamb, I just think the Sauce Gardner is locking up this game.
And Brandon Cooks questionable to play.
Yeah, so the whole defense is going to be
Shit.
focused on CD.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. Probably wrong, but
Not.
CeeDee Lamb.
I respect the bold team.
Well, I don't think this is the week that CD proves his ADP. I think he plays below it. So I don't disagree with you there.
Yeah. And this isn't start him, sit him. Like, you can
Yeah,
start
this isn't-
CeeDee Lamb. I'm just saying I think he underperforms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
expect disappointment.
Yeah.
Realistically. But my love is DK Metcalf. He had a touchdown week 1, only 3 catches, 47 yards though. I think this Lions game is going to be a shootout. I think the Lions defense isn't good, and Seattle's didn't look great. So I'm just going to purely rely on sorry, that distracted me, that fumble. But DK's
Who
going to go
fumbled?
for big yardage here against Detroit, and I think he scores again. Geno's going to get on track. I think all Seattle wide receivers have a good week. I'm just going with the alpha in my eyes and saying I love DK.
That DK touchdown was insane, too.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh, the fumble and the
And your
kick
hate?
return.
My hate is someone on my fantasy teams, and it'll probably stay a hate until he proves me wrong that Zach Wilson could get him the ball. Garrett Wilson. I just, the quarterback scares me so much. And the version of the Cowgirls,
Going
that
with
defense
someone on the
could
fantasy
dominate.
team.
No, I
Yeah.
like that pick.
I like it.
that.
I like it.
I don't feel
The question
confident.
is-
I tried trading Garrett Wilson to a bunch of people in our league, and I just wasn't getting the
You
value.
didn't, you
I
didn't
wanted.
ask me.
Well, because you decline all my trades.
That is true, because you do some ridiculous ones.
All right, my love for the quarterbacks, I'll pick 2 of them, but it's Lamar versus the Bengals, and then I think Fields bounces back versus the Vikings. Nothing crazy, but I think he bounces back. I think Lamar bounces back, especially because if Mark Andrews plays, he's a huge target for him.
Your hate?
My hate. Russell Wilson versus Washington.
I like that.
Just
I like
simply
it. You know
because it's
what?
Russell Wilson.
I hate him too.
But you hate him. Like
It's
legit
crazy
hate
because
him.
I had him 6 years in a row for fantasy. Should have took him last year. Glad I didn't take him. This year, I don't even think he got drafted in our league. It's just like, I don't know. I haven't seen him get over 20 points in like the last 15 games he's played.
Yeah, guy sucks. I don't blame you for taking him on your hate. So for my QBs, love Jared Goff. I just think it's going to be a shootout. We've said it a million times. So.
Yeah.
I just took him purely based off that, and he had a decent game last week. So I think against the Seahawks, he gets it done at home.
Stafford looked good against the Seahawks. I think Goff's in for a good game.
Very true.
I like Goff every game, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. With that O-line protecting him, like,
Even if they're playing from behind, he's not really like a choke artist. I think he can get the ball on the field.
yeah.
For sure. And my hate, see, here's the thing. Like, I took Mari Cooper as my love, and then I'm taking Kenny Pickett as my hate.
Oh my God, they killed
And
Kenny. I had to say that. I'm sorry.
And I took the Steelers plus 2.5. Pickett just looked so bad last week.
Here's the thing with me with
And the
Pickett.
Browns defense is so good.
I know. The dog
I don't
pound.
know why I took him.
I'm not a fan of Kenny Pickett throwing with gloves. I'm just
No,
like,
it pisses me off.
it
too.
gets like Teddy Bridgewater. That was kind of like his thing, but like he wasn't like a top prodigy like they're making Pickett. Like,
I don't even think they're making Pickett a top prodigy.
but like the
He's
preseason,
gonna be like Kirk Cousins, maybe.
Yeah,
even,
I
maybe
think-
even below that.
I think he has like an average quarterback career.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he'll be someone like teams.
But even if
just
it's
to fill in,
even
for
if
the
it's
season.
pouring rain, he doesn't take the gloves off.
No, I know.
That's a
but
big factor.
The thing, too, him wearing both gloves is like a wide receiver not wearing any gloves. It just pisses me off.
It's just- yeah, I don't
hate to
like
see
it.
my eyes are right here.
Well, we kind of got the game over there, too.
Hey, look up here.
All right, get in your QB love and hate, and then we're going to jump into our draft.
So my quarterback love. No, my love, though, is Trevor Lawrence versus
Yeah,
Trevor
Casey.
versus KC. It's just like, obviously, the
That's
over on.
crazy, bro.
All you gotta say is Calvin Ridley.
No, yeah, Calvin Ridley, and the over is set at 51. Vegas is expecting the high-scoring game, which means Trevor's.
It's a
probably-
trap.
No, it's not. That game's
Eagles
shooting
look
over.
stinky tonight. I'm just gonna put that out there.
No, they look fucking awful. But I want to just get right into my hate because I actually hate this guy and I hate his
And
team.
Woo!
Jalen Hurts just threw a pick as I said that.
Primetime unders, baby, never
Yeah.
fails.
But my hate is just I hate him in real life. I hate his team. I hate the Cowgirls. I'm benching Dak.
You
I
said
hate
Dak,
him.
yeah.
Yeah, I hate Dak this week.
And he's in the 30s now.
That's so weird, dude. I
It's
still
kinda
think of him as a young
I remember
quarterback.
him just replacing Tony Romo. Like,
No, I'm hip. But what else do I got to say? They're probably going to run the ball down the Jets' throats. And if Zach Wilson turns it over a bunch and the Dallas defense gets a touchdown or two, Dak's not going to even need to throw the ball anyway.
Whitehead on pace for 51 interceptions. That's what they got him
You
at.
just get 3 a game.
That would be insane.
You can definitely, what would be an interesting prize picks entry? Dak interception, Zach Wilson interception.
I'd honestly put Dak over 2. I mean, Wilson over 2.
I'd put them
I mean,
both
his-
over,
his-
too.
Yeah,
his line
Me,
would probably-
honestly,
Quarterback lines for interceptions usually is like 0.5.
yeah, it's only 1.
So hey, I'll take the.
Does
Zach
FanDuel let you do more than 1?
I haven't seen FanDuel do anything for interceptions.
They
So,
should.
I know Prize Picks does.
I would hammer the Kirk.
I took him for an interception. I think.
I would always hammer it.
So let's get into our
TV characters.
So I don't have a
draft.
list, so I'm gonna have to go off the top of the head.
But
Well, you know TV characters.
wanna
pretty
Well, yeah, but
I want to keep track. Let's try to write these names down so we can figure out who won the draft and who our little audience thinks won the draft.
Okay.
Cabs.
Yeah, so while you're doing that, we're going to go in order of the standings of our picks last week.
Snake draft, right?
Yeah, we're going to do a snake draft. We're going to start off with Cabral since you were in first place. Then we're going to go me, Joe, snake it around, snake it around, snake it around. You guys want to do four rounds?
6 rounds, just because there's only 3 of us.
And we're gonna do
Give
animated.
us a chance to fill it out.
We're gonna do
6
animated
rounds, dude. I don't
characters.
even have like 18
Well,
characters
I'm
written
just-
down.
Looking at like animated
5.
characters.
6. So
5.
then it's an even draft. We all get the good wrap around. You could look at my list too after we get through the first round or 2.
I'll just do it off the top of my head.
All right. Do you want me to start us off?
Yeah.
Start us off.
I'm-
TV characters draft.
I'm
Start
go-
us off, Cabral.
Sorry, I interrupted you, but I'm gonna go with the greatest TV show of all time, and probably the main character of the show. I'm going Jon Snow. It's
I
hard
like
not
that.
to.
He would if he made it to me. I'm taking him.
If he
That's
killed
a
the Night
guarantee.
King, I think he's the undisputed 1-1 in this draft.
Guaranteed 1-1.
Well, he
We
kinda
all saw
did-
that coming.
We won't get into it, but
No, we can get into it.
Game of Thrones, best show of all time, and I like the ending.
I like the ending,
will
too.
Do, we
I
will
like
do-
the. Down me up for that. I like the ending.
Arya deserved to kill her, and Bran deserved
It makes
to be
sense.
king.
A lot of people are not going to agree with that, but we'll get to it for another episode.
When House of Dragons season 2 comes
Yeah,
out, we will be.
we'll have a
doing
big
reviews.
discussion.
You're a good man, Theon.
All right, for my first pick, this might surprise some people, but I'm gonna take like a leader, a good leader for the
I know where
squad.
you're going.
Rick Grimes
Knew
from The
that was
Walking
coming.
Dead.
I love it. I would have took him if
This
he made
guy
it to me.
will put his balls on the line for his people.
He's a cold-blooded animal.
Cold-blooded animal. This guy had his back against the wall against Negan and the Saviors, and this guy just came back, took dubs, and he put his life on
He
the line
always
for his
finds
people.
a way to win.
And I'm looking forward to his new show at Michonne.
Me too.
I respect the pick, but my 1-1 in that show isn't even Rick Grimes. He's my 2.
Negan?
I love me some.
But
Whoa,
Negan
whoa,
doesn't
whoa,
show
whoa,
up
whoa.
till season 7.
We'll do the picks first, and then we'll do like
an evaluation.
All right.
Yeah, we'll do like honorable mentions.
For
after.
my first pick, it's probably going to be surprising to you guys, but Thomas Shelby from Peaky Blinders. Because
Interesting.
you guys haven't seen it, am I correct?
No,
I've watched 3 episodes. I need to get into it.
So I can't really like explain anything because I don't like. It's like he's just a beast. He's another leader. He'll do anything for his squad. He's an
No,
animal.
I've
you can
asked-
just get into it for the pod.
Well, that's
without,
kinda like-
trying to ruin
it-
anything.
Yeah, that's kind of like his thing. He's a beast.
So we're all just
He's a
taking,
gangster.
Like, we're taking leaders. Like we're taking our person to lead.
Well,
the
for
squad.
round 1, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. For round 1, like we're just taking the leaders, bona fide studs. Who's gonna?
I
lead
couldn't
Dark
let
Knights
him get
victory.
to anyone else.
But I was gonna say, from people who've watched Thrones, Peaky Blinders, Breaking Bad, everyone says Shelby's the best character out of them all. So
He's
Interesting.
I wish I
Cillian
knew-
Murphy is a top 5 actor this generation.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Just off like Oppenheimer alone, bro.
I'll have to
Underrated.
get into Peaky
Underrated.
Blinders.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into it too.
So I have the back-to-back pick. I'm going Tyrion Lannister.
Great pick.
I had him written down. Good pick.
Best dialogue in TV show history, I think.
So this is interesting. So you have Thomas Shelby, and a good hand for him. Good second hand man. Tyrion
Oh,
Lannister,
shit.
best hand in the game.
Yeah, that's a great duo you got there.
I don't know. I love me some Tyrion.
Yeah, I got to give credit where credit's due. It's a good
I think
pick.
100%.
everything that comes out of Tyrion Lannister's mouth is like mouth-watering. Like his dialogue is beautifully written, and he's such an underrated actor.
With my pick, my next pick, I'm going to go with a guy who isn't scared to do the dirty work to get shit done. Give me Walter White.
Oh, I like
That's a
it.
great pick. He the first round talent if we had a
This
bigger
this
host.
guy's going to do, he's going to hide under the shadows, and he's going to do anything to make my team victorious. Rick Grimes will lead the charge. Walter White will be in the background scheming, figuring out ways to kill the other characters.
No, I totally agree. I'm surprised he didn't go in the first round, if I'm being honest.
It's tough. I think our top 3 was good. I think I
Yeah.
maybe reached on Rick Grimes.
No, because I would have snagged him.
Okay.
I would have
that's
grabbed him at my 2-3
He-
turn.
fair. Okay.
Yeah, either way, he was going 1 or 2 for me.
All right, I'm getting into the first animated character of our show, and he's my favorite TV character of all time. I'm going Eric Cartman.
Oh my God, I was gonna take him.
What he did to friggin' Scott, what's his last name, Joe? Scott Malkinson? No, not Malkinson. The kid who he cooked his parents into the chili.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
he'll
don't
do
remember
anything.
his name.
He'll do anything to get what he wants, and he's just, the funniest character of all time.
Eagles just missed a field goal.
killed Kenny.
You bastards!
Prime time
Kid
unders,
Cudi.
baby.
Do I go a back-to-back like comedy here?
It's up
I'm
to
not
you.
sure.
I'm not giving you any hints.
Well, I'm just going to take the main character, one of my all-time favorite shows as well. You throw it on when you're eating dinner. I'm going to go Michael Scott.
Okay.
I'm not. Now this is gonna get a lot of hate probably, but I'm not a big Office guy.
I'm not. I watched it. I thought it was funny. It's just not like one of my favorite shows. You know.
Yeah,
I
like
respect
John.
it.
I like John Krasinski. So,
Yeah.
I did write Jim Halpert down. I don't know if I'll end up picking him, but I did write him down. So it's my turn now, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, for my third pick. Ooh. You know what? I'm going to get into animated characters too. Give me a guy that will light up the room and just brings positivity to the team, and he can also feed them with his great cooking. Give me SpongeBob SquarePants.
Fuck. He was. Oh my god! I didn't think either of you guys would go that route. He's a first-round talent. He legit is.
Yeah, he's just going to light up the room with his positivity, and he can cook some mean Krabby Patties.
That's a phenomenal pick.
And then you got, so I have two cooks on my team. I have SpongeBob cooking the Krabby Patties and Walter White cooking the meth.
You got two cooks. Should I lean anime? I guess it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go Daryl Dixon.
Great pick.
Daryl Dixon,
Yeah, I'm writing
absolute
down.
savage.
Yeah, I was looking at him at this turn I'm coming up on.
He's just a savage.
No, yeah, Stone Cold Killer.
I think he's
Absolute Deadeye.
I think he's another one of those guys who have like great character development.
Yeah, I agree, but at the end of the day, I feel like he'd always stayed.
No, he's always stayed
in a role.
in his like bubble, his like personality, but like I just think his character arc was really good. He was always like in the beginning he was a dickhead, like he didn't really want to work with anyone, but then like he grew with like the family obviously like. Oh god, I'm stumped on this because I don't have a list. I'm gonna go Stewie Griffin.
Okay.
He was bound to go. I
I gotta
forgot
take
about
Stewie.
him.
Like he's just an animal.
Yeah.
Comedic relief, like always the back end. Like oh my, I love how he makes Meg like the back end of a joke. Like I don't know, underrated character.
For my fourth pick, I'm going to get some woman power on this team. Girl power.
Daenerys.
And I'm going to take Daenerys Targaryen
I was
on
gonna
my
take her.
team.
The Mad Queen
gonna
herself.
And she's going to burn all you guys to death with her dragon.
So we'll just get this out of the way. Do you guys agree with her dying?
John had to do it.
I agree.
He had to do it.
It defeats the whole purpose. Like she was the Mad Queen. Like she had to die.
King's Landing deserved to get smoked.
You
Oh
had
no,
to.
I agree with that.
Those
But-
people were pieces
But you
of
can't
shit.
you can't be a leader and expect people to follow after what you just did to the King's Landing.
I know. No, the death shocked me because I don't know nothing about the books. I don't know if she dead.
A lot of people say they don't like how John was the one who killed him, but like,
John's
and-
the only one who makes sense. For
and
that.
he's the only one that could get close enough to do it and had the courage and balls to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He knew the sacrifice and he was willing to make it, even though he was in love with her.
All right, I'm gonna go with a personal
Sorry, I got
favorite
angry.
character here, and one of the biggest shows in Netflix history. I'm gonna take my boy Steve Harrington.
I
He's
love
my
it.
favorite character. in
I love
show.
that.
I didn't even think of Stranger Things. Good
I
pick.
have a couple.
Good pick.
Yeah, I love Steve.
I'm taking-
I think he's the funniest character.
I'm taking John B. No, I'm kidding. Sarah Cameron. I would take Sarah Cameron.
I'm taking Will Byers.
So guys, Will Byers, first round pick. Mark it in your books. No, I'm kidding.
You're
All right.
forcing it, John B.
Your pick, correct? Oh no, I got a back.
Yeah, you got a back-to-back.
My fault. My fault, fellas. My fault.
Did you do a back to back earlier?
Yeah. I get
Yeah,
to-
he did.
this is my
All right,
second
I'm just
back-to-back.
making sure.
Are you writing down all the picks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't have a list, so.
All right, I'm gonna go with someone again who's gonna do whatever it takes to get what he wants. I think he's gonna pair fantastic with Eric Harmon. I'm gonna go Mr. Rodney Ruxin from the league.
Oh,
That's a good pick.
dude, I had him on
Didn't even
my
think
search
league,
history.
dude. I put this list together like 5 minutes before the
No,
podcast.
I had him in my search history. I was gonna,
I worked on this thing for hours.
but I was gonna take him like way late, like last round.
I think he's just. I think he's the best character in the show. I think he's
100%,
hilarious
100%.
too, dude.
All right, this is tough for me. I have like 3 people I wanna fire up, but
but I only get 2.
6 rounds isn't enough, man. I'm sad.
I'm going to go with a guy who's probably the smartest man in the world. He'll figure it out for the guys. I think him and Walter White will make a good pair.
Yep,
Both criminals and just the smartest minds in the world. Give me Michael Schofield from Prison Break.
I love it.
It's a great pick.
You guys are not even going to expect mine. Because I don't know if you guys... Safalo has, actually. Homelander.
I didn't even
No, you were
think
I'm not going to take him. I'm not going to take him, but you were reading Homer Simpson.
No, I looked them up.
Oh, I thought you said you looked at my list and you said I think Safalo has him.
No, I thought you were going to say Saul Goodman.
Oh, because you were saying...
Fuck, that was one of the
Yeah.
2 that I might have picked.
I'm not taking him.
Oh, okay.
Homelander. That, like, absolute savage. Evil Superman. Like, I love it.
No, he is a savage.
He's a beast. And,
Good acting, too.
great actor. Underrated actor. Should be in more movies than he is.
Should we do reviews of The Boys when it comes
Oh,
out,
my
too?
God. I would love to.
All right,
You
we'll
watched
do-
it, Cabral, right?
I will.
No way you
gotta watch
haven't
it,
watched
dude.
The Boys.
Watch the first season. Couldn't really get into it.
That's
even-
crazy because
that's an
it
insane take.
leaves off on a big cliffhanger.
I know.
Dude, The Boys, I think, is top 5 show of all time for me.
Well, first let me bang out Peaky Blinders, and then I'll bang out...
I would go Boys first because it's quick. There's only 3 seasons.
There's only 3
I
seasons.
really want to watch it.
Wait, pause.
Hi, Daddy.
What up, TJ?
Did you do 2 or 1?
What I did is just Homelander.
Yeah, you just did Homelander.
This is your last pick, I think.
Yep.
Yep.
We're in the last round.
I'm gonna go Daemon Targaryen.
Early for him. Only 1 season and he's making the
Yeah,
squad.
I don't know, something about him. He reminds me of like a Jaime Lannister. Like, will do anything for someone. Like, absolute gut warrior. I just want him on my team.
All right.
It's a great pick.
For my last pick,
I think we're gonna end up loving him too. So I gotta snag him.
I already love him. For my last pick, I'm stuck between 2. I'm obviously going to honorably mention one of them.
Or you want me to make my pick first before you do your honorable?
No,
Just to make
I
sure
still
don't
have one more
snag
pick.
it.
Wait, is this last round?
No, I'm saying you make your pick, and instead of announcing your honorable mention, let me make my last one.
Oh, yeah. No, I was playing
Is
Because
it-
I have a bunch of honorables.
is this
I wanna
last
go
round?
Over. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
this
want
last
to add
round.
one more.
Want to add 2 more?
Yeah, we should add 2 more.
One
This
more.
is kind of
One
fun.
more.
rounds.
One
No,
more.
7 rounds.
Yeah, so one more.
Yeah, after this.
All right, awesome. Saul Goodman. Give me Saul Goodman protecting Walter White and getting the legal troubles done for the team. We got a lot of criminals on this team.
You know, I'm not done with this show. I'm in the midst of watching it. I know neither of you like it, but I know people are going to go crazy for not having him on here. You got to take Tony Soprano. Shout out Music.
Moosik's gonna love that pick.
Yeah,
Dude,
Musik's a
He
bona
can't
fide
not
fan
be
for
on-
taking that.
He cannot be included, even if you
No.
don't watch the show.
No, I've seen most of the show. I probably would have taken him if this was like a longer draft,
And
just to have him.
my last pick of the draft, I know Cephalo's going to appreciate this pick. I know Jack Cook out there watching. You're going to appreciate the pick. I'm taking Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother.
Fuck! He was my last pick. Damn it.
I was taking him over Soprano. I just wanted him to be my last round, my sleeper.
So do I get a back-to-back or no?
Yeah, you get a back-to-back.
Wait, no, Joe's already made 6. It'll end on his last 1 pick.
So we're not doing 8. We're doing.
Oh, yeah, so it's my
Alright.
turn. God damn it, dude. Give me Peter Griffin.
Love
I'm
it.
surprised you made it this long.
I would have taken him, but I already have Stu.
I don't even have an explanation. I had Barney Stinson lined up. Damn it, dude.
This one's kind of a toss.
You read my freaking
He's just a
notebook.
pure ladies'
You
man.
read my notebook.
Oh, really? I put a star next to his name.
He's the perfect wingman, too. Would have got
Yeah,
all the
I
guys
know.
on the team chicks.
And I know. He would have really helped Michael Scott out, because Michael Scott, can't
Fuck.
land a woman. Barney would help him.
All right. Peter Griffin.
It's a great last pick, for sure.
I think I'm gonna go Billy Butcher.
I had him written down.
Oi, cunt,
Oh, Jesus.
Huey. I don't know. He's just.
We got to get Nick, too.
He reminds me of Rick Grimes, honestly.
No, that could stay in the app.
Okay.
But I just wanted to go over some honorables.
Not
that
even
I
just
made.
like a bleep.
But I was really upset with myself for not drafting Negan.
Oh.
That's why I was thinking we should have went 8 rounds.
Yeah.
No, we're going 7.
You know what? I should have taken Negan over Tony Soprano. That was a bad pick on my end.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're
'cause
taking
we-
him now.
Me and him both have Walking Dead characters, so you would have.
Yeah. And then my last 2 honorable mentions, I'll just go over these 2. Plankton from SpongeBob. He would have paired perfectly with Cartman as well.
How about
I was-
Gustavo Fring? Who? Bro.
He hasn't seen Breaking Bad.
Oh, you haven't seen Breaking Bad
No,
either?
I'm not a
Jesus
big
Christ.
show
But
watcher.
I had 3 picks I was gonna go if this went a little later. I was gonna go Jamie Lannister.
Yep.
I was gonna go Omni Man,
Yep.
and I was gonna go Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny would have been a great pick.
Yeah, so I had 5 on my list that didn't get picked. I have Patrick Starr.
Great pick. Yeah, he would have been great.
Jesse Pinkman. Good pick. Arya Stark for more girl power. You guys really don't
This
like
one?
the girl characters, huh?
No, so I was gonna take Daenerys if you didn't.
Okay.
But this one might surprise people, but I kind of wanted to take Theon just because of his character arc.
Yeah, I like the.
I think he has the best development in Game of
Justin
Thrones.
Jefferson, are you gonna make it? No.
And
No,
then
because
I
he
have
never does.
I have a splash of Pokemon here with Pikachu.
Ah, great. That's a
Mute.
great.
I
one.
would have taken.
And then I just
Mewtwo.
have like an all-time guy, Homer Simpson. Just the
Yeah,
foundation.
the longevity.
Yeah, the longevity.
But there's 2 more. Neither of you have seen this show, but it's one of the bigger shows right now. Franklin Saint from Snowfall. I only didn't draft him because
I know who he is.
Yeah, he's a friggin' beast, dude. In my last one, is a show that I love. We all loved it in middle school. I should have taken That Castle
Oh, damn.
over Tony
dude.
Soprano any day.
That-
I kind of.
fuck.
I also had Drake and Josh in the back of my
Those are
head.
another 2 great ones.
But like you can't just take one.
TJ
Get in, Hawk!
Hawkinson.
Get in, Hawk! There we go. I bet him first touchdown. Let's go.
Oh, you
Book
did
it with
say
Trent.
Book it with
posted
Trent
That's why I
posted it
took
too.
you did tell me that in the car.
I bet him first Vikings touchdown and first game touchdown.
Shout out Book It with
Yo,
Trent.
dude. And yeah, now that I'm back on track, I wish I got Butters on my team too. I love Butters from South Park.
Sleeper, good hand
Professor
man.
Chaos.
He's like Butters.
But yeah, that about wraps it up, boys.
Oh yeah, I thought this was a great episode.
We gotta do
I
these
had a lot of fun with this draft.
So next episode we're gonna do movie characters. So keep an eye out.
That'll be a good one because
So we're going from TV characters to movie characters.
Yeah, and we're thinking too we do an MCU character.
yeah, that'll be the 3rd episode. We have
Yeah.
us 3 are huge MCU fans. I
we'll
think
just
it'll
make
be
a
great.
big list of drafts.
We gotta do TV shows in general and then movies in general.
Yeah.
I think a good one.
I don't
too-
watch too much TV shows, but we'll talk
Yeah.
about it in the group chat. Long story short, good episode, boys. Just a reminder to the fans out there, we are doing that competition. If you want $20, all you have to do is like and follow us, and then we will randomly pick one person. We will show you our picks first, then you can send us yours, and if you beat all 4 of us, we will pay you $20, and on top of that, if you don't win, the pot will go up $5 every week until someone wins.
Yep.
So, good episode,
Everybody
guys.
in the 313. Nah, I'm kidding.
So good episode, guys.
Oh, you get a bonus too, extra entry if you send us a video you saying Pookie Wookie Nakui for the Rams.
All right, good episode, guys.
Wookie.
Love you all.